the whole thing should be caveated by the fact we still don't have a lot of data, and measuring T cell response is much more difficult than antibody response, which is why we have the paucity of data. But there is a suggestion that the adenovirus vaccines like Astra and J&J may well produce a stronger T cell response, which is long lived, and the data on that is still developing, and the duration of that response is simply unknown at this stage. I mean, one of the things that has been mentioned is, if we go back to the original SARS outbreak in 2003, there are people around today that still have T cell immunity against SARS 18 years later. Now we have no data to indicate how long the T cell response will be here and how strong it will be, and it certainly is unlikely to give long-term protection against mild disease, but the protection it offers against serious disease and hospitalization should be more meaningful. But it's really a question of time and knowing how long and how strong that response is. So we are just awaiting the data.
Well, Simon, I can picture all the fingers crossing right now listening to you talk about the potential long-lasting effect of these T cell reaction and T cell response. When it comes to a potential new vaccine, we heard from Pfizer and BioNTech yesterday that they're on track to have an Omicron-specific vaccine available by March of next year. We're also looking at the potential development of a multivalent vaccine. Do you think it's going to be necessary to completely shift the vaccines that we're using and ultimately use a different one in the future?
I mean, it's a very good question, and one of the great advantages of the mRNA platform is the ease with which this can be done. So, if it can be done easily, then it's probably sensible to do so if we will need periodic boosting in the future, and we still don't know how much and how often that boosting will be necessary. But if Omicron becomes a dominant strain and we need to boost in the future, sections of society or larger sections of society, then yes, it would make sense to move to a vaccine that was specific to that, or as you suggest, having a multivalent vaccine. Because again, with mRNA, it's very easy to do this in a way that conventional vaccine technology doesn't permit. So I think, given the flexibility we have and the evolving situation, it probably is the case that we will move so that we're more focused on the current target, just because it's easy to achieve.